Estás escuchando Políticamente Incorrectos, ja 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 ja, chúpenla. Gracias.
Okay. I want to ask a question first.
Okay.
Both Molly and Caroline. Would you go out with a man who's had an orgy and he would test negative to HIV?
Well, you have to test negative to lots of things. Molly, you're muted. And here's the thing. If you've been in an orgy, fine. If you wanted me to be in an orgy, no.
Would you? Why wouldn't you be on an orgy?
I just feel like that's not where I need to be at this moment in life. Okay. I feel like that's just like a lot of bodies together.
Yes, I feel you. I wouldn't be on an orgy too. Like, I don't think my girlfriend would let me, and I don't want to. But but yeah.
But no. I feel like the fact that he's been in an orgy though would that isn't the reason why I wouldn't go out with him, but I feel like there's a chance that that is not something I would ever feel comfortable doing, or I guess probably wouldn't. And so I feel like that would show that there were other differences in just personalities. But the mere fact that he had an orgy probably wouldn't discourage me, but I'd also want to know where someone had an orgy.
Also, I feel like people don't I don't know anyone who's had a planned orgy.
Orgies, no. Threesomes, yes.
I feel like it's rich people.
Threesomes are pretty common.
Maybe parties in Hollywood.
I have a gay friend who's in an orgy.
Molly, Yale has orgy parties. That's an extreme over-exaggeration. I once read a Cosmo article about that, but Yale has naked parties.
What?
Probably all colleges, right?
I mean, I've been to an ABC party, which is anything but clothes. So you wear caution tape or
garbage bags.
Garbage bags.
That's a good dress.
Why? That's so crazy.
Why?
We went to the how do you call them? Red light, green light, yellow light parties.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Have you ever heard of lipstick parties?
No. Oh yes, that you end up with the different levels of yes.
Wait, what's a lipstick party?
All the girls get a different color of lipstick, and the goal of the night is for the guys to have a rainbow on
to get a rainbow in the dick. Yeah. We used to. I'm sorry for my explicit language.
I've never been to that.
You went to that party, doctor? You've been to the party?
Bro, I told you in high school, but it wasn't that party.
Oh my god.
There was just these girls who were talking about that from the school that from the Medici. That's another school. It was a party with Carola, but I didn't I didn't do anything back then. But I remember telling you that back in high school.
Would you, Molly, go out with someone who's been in an orgy and tested negative to HIV?
Okay, to be clear, all STDs, not just HIV, all.
Would you date a porn star who's currently working?
Porn star, I mean, to be honest, it's not him being a porn star would be what prevents me. I think our personalities would differ a lot in other regards if he was a porn star. I feel like I would have a hard time dating someone who was really, really that sexual, because that's not my personality.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily be I don't want to date him because he's had sex with a lot of people. It'd be more that's just not.
Would you date someone who works in an executions office of a jail for people in death row?
No,
I would not.
Would you date? No. Would you date a doctor who makes abortions?
I would.
Oh my god! Oh, why? What's the difference? One is killing bad people and the other is killing innocent people, isn't he?
Well, I actually have worked on. I've worked I'm in law school right now, and I've worked on multiple cases for death row inmates to get them off of death row.
Here's my thing: if I was having sex with a doctor that performed abortions, and I could just stay in house if he ever accidentally got me pregnant. So.
You know what? You would never realize. It could be just a secret. Yeah.
Boom, boom.
That's an advantage.
Yeah.
What would happen, Molly, if you found out Diego was actually an ex-porn star? And if you look up online, there's videos of him, performing sex with other porn stars.
Search Diego and 2 cups. Search for the video.
I think that's very mature way of approaching relationships. Not caring who they've been with. That's a lot of maturity. So that's pretty cool.
If I found out that they had been with my best friend or Caroline, then that'd be gross for me, and I wouldn't be able to get past that. But just a random person, I wouldn't care.
Okay, wait. So if that's mature, Joey, why would a girl that slept with like 6+ people be not your ideal wife?
It's basically being selfish. That's what it's being, you know. I want a girl for me, you know. I want her to be exclusive to me and to know.
But it's gonna be exclusively to you, bro. Once you have it.
I know, but to know, or yeah, to know she's been with a lot of people, basically just for pleasure, that disturbs me, and
Like
I
a
can't.
timeshare. No, just kidding. I'm studying real estate, so
What did you say? I didn't hear.
the timeshare, bro.
Joey, let me ask you though, like kind of like how I answered my question. Like, if you found this girl and were like really obsessed with her and in love, and like she checked all the other boxes, and then you found out that she had slept with multiple people, and not going so far as like she was a porn star, but like she had slept with multiple people, would you have to like say no?
Would
Yeah.
you dump her or not?
I had to dump a girl already because of that, and
But, like, did you have that initial like really strong chemistry or no? Like, was it
yes,
just kind of another?
yes. I'm talking about the girl in Zacatecas, Diego and Shane, who you know well.
Have you ever seen the MTV show called Next? He just said next. He moved. You moved just right to the next one.
Okay, wait, but so does she have?
Look, here's the thing. I had an experience when I went to study in Japan for a semester as an exchange student. I was going out with this German girl who fucked a lot of boys, you know? And I was like, whatever, it's just your ego, just don't care. And then we had this fight where we broke up for 2 days, only 2 days. And then when we were back together again, I found out she had already slept with a guy. And I'm like,
Oh my God, that's crazy.
that's crazy. Well, for me it is, you know, maybe for you it's just, oh, whatever. She was just trying to get over you. But I can't tolerate a girl, or the girl I'm looking for, I can't tolerate she would just give herself up, just surrender herself to a man because it's her weak way of solving problems. You know, when sex is that normalized for a person, you know, male or female, that's something I don't have in common with them. And
So does she have to be a virgin?
No, not at all. No, I don't care if she's had sex with 3 people, you know, as long as it was in a serious relationship.
You have a point. I mean, you have a point. If you broke for 2 days and she slept with a guy,
No,
and you
I
come
agree
up-
with that. But I just don't think that like I should be taken out of the running of Joey's wife.
This is just for me, you know. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my profile of a wife.
Yeah, he has pretty high standards.
So Caroline wouldn't be an eligible bachelor, Joey?
Bachelorette.
I'm sure there's a lot of aspects of me that probably aren't compatible with her either. So there's no
Joey,
problem.
would you date somebody who had sex just one time and subsequently had an abortion, or not?
I'm very picky with those kind of things, you know. It's immature of me, you know. That's why I say, Molly, you're very mature, your way of thinking. But I judge the past a lot, you know, and as a consequence, if I did something in my past a girl didn't like, I would totally understand it, you know. But I think that the past speaks about who you were in a moment and who you can still potentially be. And it's no problem, you know. There's millions of girls, you know. If one doesn't work out with me, I can get another girl.
Plenty of fish.
It's not a
Plenty of
problem.
fish.
If it was only me and
The worst, you can switch to boys.
Oh no, Joey,
oh,
don't
I don't.
get fucked, you know.
Yeah, no, I already went down that rabbit hole, and it's not for me. No. If it was only me and 2 girls left in the planet, you know, no other people, then yeah, I would say, you know what, you either pick a girl to try and be happy the rest of your life, or you're gonna live in solitude the rest of your life. But I mean, since there's a lot of girls, you know, why not get picky with who I'm looking for? I'm only planning on getting married once, you know. I plan on not ever getting divorced. So why not be?
There's only so much time, bro.
No one
It's
thinks
running
I'm
out.
getting- Except for Caroline. That's such a bullshit thing to say, in my opinion. Why would I like go into a relationship saying I'm planning on getting divorced, but
Yeah, like
if
what
I
happens
don't,
if like you guys like get married and then just like are completely different people? Like you would just stay unhappy?
No, I personally met people who recently divorced themselves and are pretty young, and they tell me like once they are married, like the partner starts acting completely differently, and they realize things that they didn't realize during the relationship and stuff.
That's why you need to move in together before you get married.
I agree with that.
Actually, there's a higher rate of divorce for people who move together before marriage.
Yeah, that's also true. I think you should move in, but that's that I've seen that study before. Because when you move in together, the mindset is kind of like after a year of living together, the mindset is, oh, we already lived a year together. We have to get married now, and they get married without lasting that long in a relationship. Because
That's why you always need to hit her with a prenup.
Prenup. Yes, I agree with
Prenup.
that.
But like,
Definitely agree.
imagine if Joey marries a girl, then she moves in and finds out he never washes his underwear.
Bro,
yeah,
you need to change your game, bro. Step up your underwear game, man.
Okay,
Come
but Joey,
on.
I have a quick question, and then we can like move on from this topic. But so it's like one thing to have high standards for your future partner, but what about like sisters, girlfriends, like gal pals, and like potentially in the far future daughters? What if you found out that like they were extremely sexually active or like had an abortion?
My
or
daughter?
what? Would you lose your respect for them?
They will lose their will. They won't get in the deed, you know? They
No
would just
wonder.
not get any money.
If it's my daughter, obviously I wouldn't be happy. I would be maybe a bit ¿cómo se dice? Decepcionado?
Disappointed.
Disappointed, yeah. I would be disappointed, but she's still my daughter, and I'm gonna support her. Hell yeah.
But she will have no access to the money of the trusts nor the businesses of daddy, you know? Because daddy is not all about that.
What about like your sisters? What about if you found out like one of your sisters has just been like kind of sleeping around?
I have 5 sisters.
Okay.
That would
Yeah,
be,
you guys have a lot of sisters.
yes, I am the only guy. I don't know why.
You have 5
And Joey's
sisters?
the same way with 3 sisters. Damn.
No, sorry. I have 4 sisters.
There's 5 of you, 4 sisters,
5.
and Joey has 3
Okay,
sisters.
so what would you guys do if you found out like one of your sisters was kind of just like sleeping around and was like totally safe? Like she was safe, she was fine, she was having fun, but was like sleeping
Good
around.
for her. She can have fun in her own way. Good for her.
I mean, I realized my sister used to smoke in high school and stuff, and I never knew, you know? It's like there are people too, they do the stuff. And they don't know like how many people I've got laid with, and I probably will never know how many people they got laid with, but we all have a history, you know?
Now, what if they were like, they had slept with someone, got pregnant, and were on their way to get an abortion? Would you stop it?
Why would I
Uh,
stop something that is not in my business, you know? I don't
Okay,
think I have a business on anyone else's say. I think it's okay if you want to kill your baby, just I wouldn't kill mine, you know? And I wouldn't be approving my girl killing my baby, you know? Because I have a say in my baby. That's what I'm saying. Not on anyone else's baby, and I don't care. You can kill them all if you want. I don't care.
Okay, Joey.
I'll try to talk her out of it, but at the end of the day, you know, I can't stop her. I'm not gonna handcuff her to her room, you know?
For 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You will, man. And you won't wash her underwear. You're gonna be like, no, you're not getting underwear until the next month.
Well, actually, the girl I'm going out with knows about the underwear, and you know, she was pretty grossed out too. But she
Red
said,
flag, red flag, red flag. If she's okay with
No,
it,
if
Joey,
she's
and your
okay with it,
girlfriend.
she's nuts. She's
no, she's not
nuts if
okay with it. She's not okay with
it.
it, but she didn't dump me, you know.
That means she's too okay with it.
Does she like collect your
Did she
toenails
clean your
and things?
underwear?
No. I mean, she had the same reaction you two had, but I mean,
Everyone has the same reaction, bro.
yeah,
Maybe that's fine,
didn't dump
Joey.
me. I guess she was just like, okay, I'll try to talk him out of that as this thing progresses.
Talk you out of your underwear.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I think that's a battle she hasn't given up yet.
I hope she never gives it up until she wins, Joey.
That's horrific.
But it's my underwear. Let me have stains on my.
Oh, so it's your underwear?
Wait. They're stained? They're not even just like they're stained.
No, I
You don't wash
exaggerated.
them.
I exaggerated.
Okay, so it's your underwear, your choice. So
Exactly. It's my underwear. It is my choice.
Yeah, if
Well,
you
I
don't wear
think we have a-
boxers,
I
you don't
think
have
we-
an opinion.
and should that apply to everything then in life, Joey?
Everything that's completely yours. Yeah.
But what didn't you say that your
Molly.
Yes, go ahead, Molly.
no,
Imageless
that's fine.
Diego's coming in from the corner.
He was rubbing his hands together like, yes.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. We got really, really sidetracked though. I'd like to hear the rest of Joey's list of ideal traits. I'm sure, do you have it written down like with like newspaper, like magazine clippings that you like cut out
Like
and paste
letters?
together? Yeah,
No, it's
like
here.
collage.
It's all here.
Beautiful.
Will this change or will this not change ever, Joey?
Has
Like
it
if you're
changed?
40
I'm
and
open
still
to
have no
change, yeah.
partner, will you lower your standards or will you still have them high as fuck?
You know, if I'm 30 and I'm still not married and I don't have a girlfriend, then you know I would probably have to be much more flexible with how many sexual partners my girlfriend has had. I'm totally aware of that.
I'm gonna rise that number to 10.
Okay, but what are your other
Each
traits that you
decade
look
gets
for?
another sexual
Like,
These
what's
are the
important to you?
The most important to me. Probably like well, very basic. She has to be sexually attractive to me. You know, personality is definitely important, but you have to get me a boner. You know, I mean,
Whoa, that's like the most male thing to say.
Honestly, though, I get that. If so, like I would let someone be like person.
Will you
Like,
date somebody ugly as fuck? Like just like he has beautiful feelings.
no,
I am.
I'm super superficial.
Yeah.
Sorry, Digo.
all right.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But no, I like Molly can speak to this. I'm like very superficial that like I have to find them attractive.
I mean, I don't think that's superficial. Why would you? I think it's one thing you have to find them attractive. That doesn't mean
It's
that
not
they're
superficial, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, but I feel like I'm willing to
Molly-
give up certain like personality traits if I find them attractive enough.
no.
Mhm.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. No, but I feel like still, like, I wouldn't want to sleep in a bed next to someone that I don't find attractive.
Mhm.
No.
You don't want to wake up every day and see that ugly face gonna get you depressed, man. You need some beauty in your life. I think you need some sexual attraction, some spiritual attraction, and also the things to work. You know, if they don't work, there's like three important traits: money, love, and sex.
I just
That's
think
like
it's important.
Three
You
most
know,
important things.
if you wake up, you have to be able to look at your wife in a new dress and be able to say like, "Wow, my wife is gorgeous." You know.
Cute.
Okay, here's my question. Your ideal girl walks into the room. What's the first thing you notice?
Like
You have to
from the
imagine
wife?
it. No, I'm just saying, like, what do you notice? Like, you are sitting at a bar and your ideal woman like walks in the door. What do you notice? First thing.
Scarlett Johansson. Oh my god. No, what?
This. But do I already know she's my ideal girl, or am I?
No. You have no idea. Like, I'm just
Okay,
saying, you're sitting
okay.
at a bar and a girl walks in and you're like, I need to meet her.
Okay.
What do you notice first?
What's her feature that makes you say that?
Okay.
The
It
boyfriend.
has to be quick. Like your first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
In what way?
And
In
I
what
don't
way? Like
find-
you want like a glow?
No,
or like it
no,
has
no.
to be lighter
Like
than
you
it
want her
should
to be like super pale.
This sounded real racist. I don't. This is just my opinion. I don't find black people attractive. I don't find Asians attractive.
Vietnamese. What about Vietnamese?
Vietnamese are Asians.
What about the rednecks? You think rednecks are attractive, bro?
Probably there's some.
Oh, that's just
Yeah, there's some.
I don't like this.
Okay, so that was like something different than I meant. I meant like her smile or her eyes, what she's wearing, or like her hands, but skin. We can go with skin.
White skin. She needs to
Yeah.
be white.
I mean, I've seen plenty of Asian girls. You know, I went to Japan this semester, and I don't find them attractive. So
They're hot as fuck. Japanese people are cute.
maybe skin isn't
about-
a good
What about brown people,
noun.
Joey?
Heritage, maybe. What about what?
What about brown people?
Well, I think you're pretty attractive, Diego. I'll go with brown people.
What about your? I think he means Mexican.
Oh, you think the thing in Mexico is like the races are really divided as well as classes. So you also need to find a partner that is in the same social economical position as you. In the States, everyone lives well, but in Mexico, 60% of the people are considered poor. So that leaves 60% of the Mexican fish out of the market for my friend Joey. That's the conditions of the
But,
market in
I
Mexico.
mean, you probably noticed that when you were in Mexico, right? I mean, Mexico's very divided by.
I mean, yeah,
It's very
super divided.
more than
we all
anywhere.
live in a-
That's because of
I know.
Spain, not because of us.
Yeah, but
They
you
did it
continue
better.
it.
We can change it, but I don't think it's gonna change.
Not
I think
easy. Here's the thing. People get jealous of what you have that they don't.
it-
You know,
privilege.
when you start hanging out with people not as privileged as you, and you didn't have to pay for your car because your dad paid for it, or you didn't pay for your college because your dad paid for it, and they have to pay for those things, they have to work their ass off to pay those things.
And they start to
they get
point that
jealous.
as negative.
Yeah.
They get jealous of you.
It's kind of why I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this actor from Hollywood said it, and he's like, people don't get why people from Hollywood only hang out between them. It's because only we understand each other, what we go through, and what it's like to be famous and to have so much money. The moment you start hanging out with other people, they get jealous of you. They start treating you different. They say like, oh, you don't have any problems in life. Your problem is you snort too much cocaine. And it's kind of
That's
the
a
same
problem.
thing in the high class of Mexico. They look at, you know, rich kids' problems in Mexico, and then they look at their own and they're like, why is this little rich kid whining? Because his dad didn't give him his allowance this week. I had to work for my allowance. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, fully.
Yeah, 100%. Like naturally, you're better friends with people who are more similar to you. Like that's
Yes,
just how personality
exactly.
Simple
work.
word, yes.
Some people are more equal than others. That's what we say. There's different types of equal also.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree, but I do think that like maybe there could be more effort put into like finding. I think that people are more similar than they ever will like admit to, and there
Yeah.
are like the surface issues where like it's hard to find similarities. And like for sure, I have friends who are like in different boats than I am, and it's sometimes like it's fucking annoying that they don't understand that or understand this, and like vice
Yes.
versa. But that doesn't mean that like we can't find similarities, and like classmates of mine and stuff, we can still like talk and whatnot, despite the fact that we come from like really different backgrounds. And I feel like you guys sometimes like don't like put
Look,
effort in finding those
Into
look
meeting
for
other
the
people.
similarities.
I mean, I have friends from different classes and stuff, but I always turn back to my old school friend because, as you said, they're more similar than I am. And even if you can find similarities with people that are not part of your socioeconomical cycle or whatever, they are always you're always going to be deemed differently because you're always going to be like the privileged one or the one who has a driver or the one who has more resources to do whatever. And it's either they exploit your resources, like always use you to get the, I don't know, your driver to get them to whatever activity or whatever, or they start seeing you differently. That's just how I feel it. And your friends from school, that they come from where you come, they understand. Like if you have a driver or not for this Friday, they don't care. They're not your friends because of that, you know.
See, I feel like that's what's so different in the US. Is like one of my roommates is like so much wealthier than my family, but because we don't like live with our parents, we're all
same
paying
amount.
like the same rent and we're all working like whatever jobs. So it's one of those things where it's like she has so much more money and like we'll do a lot of other stuff, but then like she's self because we live alone and like are all paying for our own stuff. It's like way more similar. Like when we go to visit her, like her parents have like 6 cars and they have like 4 houses and all this stuff. But like in our apartment, we're all very equal.
Do you think she should pay more rent
100%.
just because she invests more money? No?
I mean, she pays more
No.
rent because she has a bigger room than I do, but she doesn't pay more rent because she's wealthier.
I mean, like I had a roommate when I lived in Texas whose family, not like her immediate family, but family in general, owns an NFL football team. And like there were 3 of us living in an apartment ridden with cockroaches, paying $400 a month in this like beyond shitty apartment. And it was like, yeah, like when she's home, she definitely is not living with cockroaches. Neither am I. But like her family had like way different amounts of money than my family did. But it was also like, we were in the same boat. Like we get that a lot more in the US of like kids, like when you're in your young 20s, you're a lot more in the same boat. Despite like also like in the US, like to have like a driver and stuff like that, it's you have to like live in a certain part of the US and be really, really, really insanely wealthy. Like it's also like that's just like not something we prioritize. So a lot of that kind of like more like overt wealth is something that like is not quite as obvious when you first meet someone.
Yeah. The thing is that everyone in the US, mostly everyone lives above the poverty line and everyone has money. In Mexico, the money is so differently allocated. Some people have so much money that they can have like 5 or 6 drivers. I know people with 10 bodyguards and stuff. So like that, like, and you don't see that in the US. I don't think like many of the highest paid CEOs have more than 10 bodyguards, and everyone in Mexico can, like, of the rich people
also,
can
like,
do
you'll
that.
need it, and it's like not how we like kind of show our money. Like I feel like in Mexico it's a bit more of like you have a lot of bodyguards partially for security and partially as like a way to show your money, and in the US that's not something we use to show our
We
money.
have
Yeah.
mistresses.
It's not simple.
I mean, in Mexico, they do it not only to flex, but there's a lot of violence
Yeah, no, for
against
sure sometimes
like
you
the
do need it,
relatives of
but
wealthy
also
people.
like sometimes you see some really fat bodyguards that I don't think could protect them.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's just like a status symbol.
Yes.
Wait, Joey, quickly, is your current gal pal little girl thing, is she checking the boxes so far?
Are we going back to my checklist?
Just quickly, I need to round out the conversation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. First, sexually attractive. Yep. Second.
Okay.
I want a girl who's pro-life.
That's second on your list is pro-life.
Yeah, very important for me. If I get her pregnant, she's
Why, bro?
not baby.
What if she had an abortion, but she's now pro-life? She changed her mind. She's a new person, and she
Well-
turns you on. Oh boy.
Okay.
She found Jesus, Joey. You're not gonna go for a girl that found
So
Jesus.
if she got
She
pregnant
looks up to
tomorrow,
God, man.
would you
I'm
be
not talking
ready
about
to be a
Jesus.
father?
I'm not even religious. I'm not putting religion into this.
You just want crackheads to have babies?
A crackhead?
That's what they
Not
do.
your girlfriend. Specifically.
Not your girlfriend. I'm sure third on your list is that she doesn't do drugs. It's hot, pro-life, doesn't do drugs. But
Do you think crack babies should be aborted? That's what you imply. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna go.
the
I'm not
baby's
gonna go
not
into
gonna
obvious things like I don't want a girlfriend who does heroin. I don't want a girlfriend who cuts her finger off. I'm not gonna go. I mean, those are pretty understood things, right? I'm
What about
talking
she smokes cigarettes? Would you
That's her
date somebody
thing.
that smokes cigarettes?
Yeah, I wouldn't care about cigarettes. Sure.
Ooh, gee, that's a huge no for me.
huge
That's
deal
a
breaker.
nasty thing here. Yeah.
That's very different here. Yeah.
What about
Smoke is
a girl that keeps
disgusting.
dab pens?
If she has a dab pen and she's just like, no.
What?
Anyways, Joey, I really just wanted to know. So far, is this current girl hitting the mark?
Oh, everything, all the boxes checked.
Oh my god.
Amazing, amazing.
So when are you proposing?
No, I
Where the baby comes.
no, it's too soon.
Is she expecting?
No. Give it more time.
Delightful. Really quickly, I do have to ask what her response was when she found out you slept on the floor, and if she stays a night, will you make her sleep on the floor with you? Will you get a second yoga mat? Will she have to sleep on the tile? Will she sleep on the bed and you'll sleep on the floor?
No, so when we start having sex, we'll have sex on the bed, and then
Move to the
finish-
floor.
Yeah.
Move to the yoga mat.
finish on the mat.
And
Finish on the mat.
Yeah, finish on the mat.
They're on the kitchen.
Did you know that you sleep on a yoga mat?
You just roll off the bed onto the yoga mat.
I mean, rolling might be painful because it's a big thud, but
Double layer it or get like one of those really thick Lululemon mats.
He has a really thick Lululemon mat.
I showed it.
It's luxurious. Molly, we saw the sex mat.
It looked thick.
My girl has a thin Lululemon yoga mat.
Yeah. Well, get on it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her.
Wait, but Joey, does she know that you sleep on the floor?
yes, she knows.
And what was her response to that? Because
Well,
for me, I'd
obviously-
say, oh no, serial killer, gotta go.
No, obviously, I didn't tell her the first time we went out. I told her, after she got to know me, and after she liked me, then I told her, and then it's not as much as of a reaction,
So do you think you're gonna have sex with this girl?
When do I think?
No,
No, I
just-
said, do you think? But we can say, when do you think? We can schedule it
bro.
right now if you want.
Hey, Joey, is there a certain amount of alcohol where you will start committing mistakes, or you will never commit mistakes, my man?
We all make mistakes. That's part of life.
But you like I sometimes in my life in the past I used to end like really drunk and I ended up having sex with people I didn't like with girls, especially and then I was like regretting that. But like you've never done that. You never get yourself to the point where you do mistakes.
I've hooked up with really ugly people who I regret hooking up with. while I was
Yeah.
drunk.
Okay, I need to clarify. What are we counting as hooking up? Like just making out with
Yeah,
them?
taking out, yeah.
Oh, who hasn't made out with an ugly person?
Okay.
That's like kind of our social service here in life.
This is so interesting.
Wait, I'm sorry, but do you think you're gonna have sex with this girl? Like soonish?
If it's not this year, it'll be beginning of next year.
This year?
Why-
We're in January.
And you think it might not be this entire year?
If it's not this year, it'll be beginning of next year. Yeah.
With
Bro,
the same
it better be
girl?
next Friday, my man.
I'm not in a hurry.
That's 12.
He's not gonna
months.
wait for you.
Do you think she would wait?
She's a virgin as well.
We have comments of our live audience saying this year. Come on, man. For real.
Wow, that's self-control.
Mm.
And you're sexually
has a-
attracted to her?
He has a pretty
Yes.
shaky hand.
Yes, I'm sexually attracted to her.
And you would wait a year of just like over the pants hand jobs.
Yeah, I'm not in any rush.
I mean,
A little soft
that's all he's been used to, you know?
I mean,
You
sex
can't
is just a
take
feeling.
fu-
Sex is just a good feeling. Eating a
The best
chocolate chip
feeling.
Maybe you
cookie.
should try it before
Yeah,
you.
but I eat more than
Yeah, you don't
one
know what
bite.
you're talking about. Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck
You're
up.
right. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe that's why it's
Then
easier.
shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Please. Let me tell you
Oh
about
my
sex.
God,
It's great.
Joey's gonna become the biggest horn dog the minute
Joey,
he loses his virginity.
Once you eat the chocolate chip cookie, you crave chocolate chip cookies.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been warned about that. Maybe.
Warned.
Yeah.
It's like drinking
Joey.
water. Then you need water every other day, you know?
Put your hand in the cookie jar. I promise you'll enjoy it.
No,
And
I
then you're gonna
believe-
be
I
be
mean,
regretting the life that you didn't spend on the cookie jar, bro. That's for real, because like you only have certain useful amount of life, and you already run.
Yeah, your
for the first
especially
sexuality
men.
is
10 years.
actually coming to the end, Joey. Yours is
Especially
like-
men.
Mhm.
men's
You're gonna be
sexual
fucking
peak
when
is
you're gonna be
young.
like 50 years old, and then you're not gonna be able to
Joey,
get hard anymore, bro.
You
You're
have
having
to have sex
three
now
Viagras.
before everything gets saggy. Like now's the time.
Saggy? Wait. What do you mean by saggy? I don't
Are you joking?
No, I don't.
What part of your body do you think can get saggy, Joey? Just think.
You mean I don't get a full boner anymore?
No.
Are you serious? You're joking.
No. We're about to run out of time. Do you want another session or
You are running out of time, my man. Let's do another session.
what do you mean by saggy?
Are you?
You'll
you
find
didn't
out.
know this?
He'll find out. I think we should let
We'll
him
find out.
out.
Just let him find out.
Balls to the floor. My balls get
Ass
saggy.
to the grass, my man. Ass to the grass. And balls to the
If you could
Joey,
explain.
how
this
did
to
you
me.
not? How did you not?
So you know when you
this?
like go through puberty, your balls drop? Well, when you go through your midlife crisis, your balls are going to drop way further.
Joey has not had that.
Joey, men's peak sexual phase is when they're like relatively young. You need
35.
to get on this.
I think it's 25 is a peak.
Gracias por escuchar Políticamente Incorrectos Podcast. Si fuiste ofendido por algo, chúpenla.